of that for us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what a way to start, huh?
Coldest of opens.
Honestly, it's just been such a joy hosting this podcast that now I actually have to somehow wrangle Dan in, and it's just literally the most impossible thing in the whole entire world. Newman, I don't know if you know this, but now that I'm champion, I'm now the host of the podcast.
I was just gonna say look, you want to be the champ, you gotta, keep Dan in check.
And honestly, it's been great so far. Let's just start off this way. Hey, Dan's really hungover. He had another incredible last improv show. Congratulations, Dan.
Yeah.
Yes. Newman, you were in attendance.
Newman was in the house.
Listen to him.
Yo, you want to be the host of the show today? You got it, bro. Because I drank a little bit after the show. We partied, and I'm tired, and I
at an undisclosed location.
No, I can't disclose. I can't tell anyone where we go after because the caliber of talent on the show.
Right. Parts unknown.
We go to parts unknown. As a matter of fact, we go to parts unknown, and I watched all of the wrestling this week. I think I don't remember any of it. I think I even watched SmackDown this week.
I didn't watch SmackDown.
I watch at least parts of SmackDown, but I'm still. Then I do my show, and it's all a mind eraser,
Erase your mind.
But what I remember this week from wrestling, by the way, this is Comedians Wrestling Podcast, right, Tulo? I mean, that's you.
That's right. Yeah, Comedians Wrestling Podcast. Support the pod, patreon.com/Comedians Wrestling. By the way, as part of being the new host, trying to do some new things here, okay? Talked about maybe finalizing the end of the Facebook era of threads and having that as just an exclusive in the Discord where there's talks about that. Okay. Talking about bringing back cash-ins and other great things. I'm actually currently recording through Streamlabs to work on a new layout and new production part of the pod. So yeah, support the pod. Dan and I have been talking. We're going to take the money that's been coming in and reinvest it back into the pod. New ideas, new things. So yeah, make sure you support the pod. Also, we're joined by the nasty boy, Alex Newman. How about it, baby?
How about it?
That's right.
The entire time you were talking, I thought your TV behind you was a window, and I was watching people
we'll
do
just
something
walk by.
outside. Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, man. And it's been great. Yeah, I don't remember anything about wrestling. The only thing I remember is Yuta and Moxley. That's it.
Yeah. And I
Yuta
remember
is fucking Black Market Bullet Club. What are they called?
Blackpool Combat Club?
Yes. So he's now them.
Seems like it.
That's sick. And I love the Moxley at the end being like, now the real work begins.
Oh man.
So sick. Sick.
Kudos to AEW. Like they do this so well where they tell these stories. Like, dude, I think a month and a half ago, maybe you were like, I don't give a fuck about Yuta. Like, right. I don't care about him. And then they, in like a 2-month span, have made you care about this guy. I mean,
right.
What a moment.
He went from
match of the year?
Yuta jobber to Yuta man.
Yeah.
This is Dan hungover. Imagine when he's fully firing on all cylinders.
I kind of like this seat for me. Like I'll just chime in.
You're the Paul Schaefer.
Hey, what do you do?
Famous bassist Paul Schaefer.
Famous bassist. He plays the key bass. The key.
You're thinking of Kevin Eubanks.
Kevin Eubanks. That was with Jay Leno, right?
Yeah.
That guy has never been recognized in his life.
No, never, not once. His own mother's like, you look so familiar to me.
He was pretty prominent on the show at the time.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's amazing. I'm eating a pretzel.
Yeah.
And that's not what's amazing.
So unprofessional.
It's a rough one today. It's a hot one.
Wait, are those the pretzels from like 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, Dan.
No, they were in a Tupperware, bro. It's in a Tupperware.
All right.
We love a Tupperware, folks. You can see it's
Very Long Island thing is
Yeah.
Tupperware.
Tupperware is huge in
Well,
Long
that's
Island.
that's
Also-
like,
Hoarding Tupperware is huge.
do you
Tupperware-
remember that show? Do you remember that show Erie, Indiana?
No.
So it was a send up
had
of
a
like
point.
all it was a send up of like all suburbs, right? So Long Island included. But there was like this character who it was a mom who like hermetically sealed her twin sons in Tupperware every night so they wouldn't age. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sounds like
Sounds like a story from Long Island.
Yeah. What was your point?
I mean, I never got rid of Tupperware. My family used to hoard Tupperware. I mean, we always literally had like 2 cabinets dedicated to Tupperware, and then 50% of the Tupperware didn't match up, right? Like it was just like I have all these lids, all these round lids, but only square Tupperware.
Yeah, where did this happen? Like, yeah. Do you throw them out? Like, when do you get rid of Tupperware? Like, is it like when it's stained with like the gravy, or like what's the?
Honestly, you throw them out when someone calls you out for having an excessive amount of Tupperware in your house.
Like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, like why do you have so much Tupperware? That and plastic bags. I don't know. Like we would like the supermarket bags. We would just keep them
Save
all and then put them above the refrigerator cabinet.
Why?
And then you open it up and you just get like blasted.
I went to Trader Joe's half an hour ago. I'm looking at the bags I brought home, folded up, right here. Why do we do this? They're folded up.
I do that.
What am I going to use them for?
I also do that. That's gonna be my contribution to this.
I enjoy making my apartment a fire hazard. I pack it with cardboard.
I always forget to bring my reusable bags back to HEB. So then I go and I'm like, I walk in, I go, forgot the fucking bags. And now I have like 40 HEB bags. I just keep buying them for like 29 cents every single time I go.
Right.
It's terrible.
Wait a minute. Reusable bags are 29 cents?
I think maybe.
They're like $2 out here.
Oh, yeah, no. Texas, baby.
What the fuck?
Yeah, LA. I mean, I don't even know how you guys are surviving out there.
Neither do I.
So
We're 2 weeks. I'm 2 weeks away from like defending the last of the potable water with a shotgun. Like it's bad out here.
It's crazy out there. It's gonna become the wild, wild west.
Right.
It is.
It's like you have you want to fill your tank. How about you trade your life?
Yeah.
I will kill you for your gas. I will kill you for your water. Yeah, no. I mean, hey, man. It's the fucking land of opportunity, you know?
This is the comedians of depression again.
This is This is the comedians of end times.
It's comedians of gas.
Comedians of the
Comedians
wasteland.
gas.
It's the comedians of gays. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the comedians of gays. Now, everyone, when did you last? Welcome to the Borscht Belt. When did you? All right. When did you fill last? When did you fill last, and what did it cost? And do you have the receipt?
I went from 50 to full. It cost me $49.95.
Yes, the close to 50.
I have my receipt. I stopped it right before I was like,
That's what I'm doing now. I have a budget, so I go to 40. I have $40 a week, and then when it hits 40, I do it. If it goes over, I complain because I say I was clicking it. It jumped.
I explain. Look, my technique is sound. It's not me. It's your machine. You have to recalibrate this thing. I'm on a fixed income.
We're off to a hot start.
Yo, let's jump and talk about wrestling. Here's the deal. I want to bring something up. Well, I don't remember the wrestling I watched this week. You know what I mean? But what I do remember is the wrestling wedding pictures I saw this week.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
It is kind of cool.
Who wins? Mox?
I mean, Moxley went to Corey Graves and Carmella's wedding in a Cleveland Bengals t-shirt.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Bengals? Who cares? The Cleveland Bengals. I'm not changing it. It's the Cleveland Bengals.
The Ohio Tigers.
Yes, the Ohio Tigers. He I was gonna make.
He looked like he literally rolled out of the ring.
Yeah.
Into the wedding.
Yeah. 100%. That's exactly what he probably did. He probably trained.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't got anything, Renee.
He's like, I'll swing by for an hour or two. He freaking showed up.
He's got the water bottle in his hand. He chucks it down the aisle.
He's over there by the sushi bar, just like,
oh.
what we got here, nigiri?
Opens up his fanny pack, puts a couple fucking pigs in a blanket in it, you know?
Soy sauce out of his flask. He's like, all right, I'm getting a mouthful of fucking sandwich that he made. What the fuck is... I'm out of here. See ya.
We gotta sit Braun Strowman down, and we gotta get him away from EC3. We gotta like just sit him in his house that he built in like Montana or wherever it is, and just let him get back to whatever it is he is not doing now.
Let's loosen the grip on his narrative.
Yeah, let's
sort of like
give him 100%.
Yeah, he's back on it, you know? Just a little bit. Pump the brakes.
I mean, he was in a mock turtleneck pink shirt.
Under Armour short sleeve mock turtleneck.
Yeah, with pink Crocs on.
With pink
Crocs. And he's got like this, I don't know, what do we call that haircut that he's rocking?
Where he has just the Vader,
yeah, it's like Warlord.
I don't know.
Warlord had that?
He's the guy that I'm shooting at with a shotgun because he's trying to take the last of the water that's drinkable.
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal had that.
Yeah.
The Road Warriors had
the
that.
LOD, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I mean, what happened? So you had like Carmella and Corey Graves get married, or rest in peace to my former life.
She's still alive.
Yes, I mean, to our love life though.
That was been dead forever. That never was a thing. But yeah.
I mean, dual wedding weekend.
You can't kill what was never alive, Tullo.
Many a thing.
True, but I will say I think people were definitely on acid at the Cabrera wedding.
I feel like I was looking at those pictures.
I was, and I wasn't even there.
It took me. I stared at that picture like it was a fucking magic eye painting for like a half an hour. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this information? I don't. I'm having a fucking synapse like burnout right now. Like I don't.
I will say wrestling is 100% back, man.
Yeah.
It's back.
Yeah.
I mean, when your gimmicks and your shit is just bleeding over into your personal life now, like
and the personal lives of others that you care about. The forbidden door, that's the consequence of the forbidden door being open, right? People think that it's like, oh, it's just from company to company. No. This is a Pandora's box. You open this forbidden door, you got Samoa Joe full gimmick at fucking Acme.
Oh,
you got, fucking John Moxley showing up dressed like he's about to mug you. I
mean, I will say this though, there's a lot of great wrestling. I mean, this ROH stuff, we're gonna have Suzuki versus Samoa Joe for on
Has
Dynamite.
That happened before? Has that ever happened? Is this a first time facing?
I mean, I think so. And
I think so.
We're just so blessed with what's going on right now. Like Tony is immediately showing owning ROH is like a huge advantage. Like to AEW, like this is gonna I mean, tag team wrestling is back because FTR is like going crazy. Like the Ring of Honor, the titles are on the line on the main event of Dynamite. It's just like we're in this like crazy era of like it's insane. It's almost you have to kind of like this WrestleMania reset is gonna be one for the ages. Like I think we've truly reached that like golden era where we got it all.
Well, for WWE, it's kind of like fuck or walk time. Like it's like this reset, like this new chapter after Mania has to be. It has to be something fucking spectacular, you know. Which is like to their credit, like spectacle is what they do the best. So like I they'll, I'm sure that they'll come up with something. But yeah, it's from the pure kind of like smart wrestling fan standpoint. I don't know how they beat Suzuki Joe. I don't know how they beat. The Blackpool motorcycle gang. I don't know.
It's really tough to compete on that level. Like, I mean, WrestleMania was completely different than what like is happening at AEW. Like it was a spectacle. Like it was so great. It was so fun. It was stupendous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking, I guess they nailed that, right?
Right.
But like now we're on to this other side of things, and it's just like, oh, like I'm just like, I sat in front of my TV and watched this Yuta match, and I'm like, this is one of the best matches I think I've ever seen. Like it's just happening on a Friday night. It was recorded on a Wednesday. Like it's just okay, perfect. Like I can enjoy all forms of wrestling now.
Also, to think about this, like what is the, like, there's a reason why, like, what am I trying to say? Okay, so one of the most fun things about wrestling, in my opinion, is when you have all these characters, all these cool characters, you have a lot that you like, right? And then it's when they start putting matches together with people who you're like, oh shit, like I never considered this, or I'm so excited to see these two characters go face to face. It's the reason why like Jason is in the fucking like Mortal Kombat game, right? It's the same reason that like people love Marvel DC crossovers, because we love these characters and we want them to have fun with how these characters interact. And it seems like AEW is nailing that on like multiple storylines.
Yes.
The Yuta thing, the whole House of Black assembly, the what do you call it? I lost my train of thought, but you know what I'm getting at, right? Like, there's a reason that we love this shit, and WWE has to kind of like, they seem so on rails with what they think we want. And it's like, well, no, we're going to put these two superstars. Like how, it's like, well, there's nothing interesting about these two facing each other until Cody Rhodes shows up. And now it's like, oh, I want to see Cody versus all these people, this new version of Cody. I want to see him versus Orton again. I want to see him versus Ziggler. I want to see him versus fucking, you name it, right? Roman.
AJ Styles, Edge, like
that feeling of, oh, this character, let me see Spider-Man versus Iron Man and Hulk and all these,
I don't even know if we'll get that, like, honestly,
No.
So that's why I'm just like, if it happens, then that's when I'll tune in. And I think that's what's great about WWE now, is that like, if they're gonna do something cool, they could just fucking announce it, and then we'll tune in, to watch it.
Right.
Will it be great? Probably not. But
Cody versus Cena.
Imagine. Oh my God. I mean, wow.
But Vince McMahon's razor says, not gonna happen, pal.
Where are the authors of pain?
I don't know.
Those guys are too good to be sitting on the side.
They're on a writer's retreat.
Yeah, they're doing the screenplay adaptation. They're gonna be the filmmakers of pain.
Oh man. Well, I'll just say with these weddings is my first thought was just like, wow, Alexa Bliss and Carmella must have no relationship that they scheduled their weddings that close together.
Yeah.
Good point.
I was thinking about the camps. You know what I mean?
Good point. Wait, were they on the same day?
I don't know. It almost looked like it might have been the same
apart.
day. Yeah, like a day apart or whatever. And it's funny how they all schedule around Mania. I think that's amazing also. Like Mania matters. It's like, oh, well, everyone will be relaxed after Mania. Like, well, imagine you're wedding planning and you're like, we can't do it before Mania. And it's like a dead serious thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me tell you something about Mania, though. We go to Mania every year, folks. And Tullo knows. Tullo was there. We chilled at Mania, and Arlen and Shebs were there. Christina's there. And let me tell you, it's called WrestleMania for a reason, because it induces mania. I mean, Jesus Christ. I think we all needed like 5 days to like properly adjust back. It all had like a mental flip out at some point after. And like something about going to WrestleMania is messes with your head. Am I wrong? Do you feel that too?
Dude, I was so lost for a week. I mean, I was like,
it's like
just
a wormhole.
Yo, dude, I tell everybody this. People like, oh, I'm going to my first WrestleMania. I'm like, yo, like, just letting you know, like, it is not for the faint of heart. You don't eat well. You do your best to like just survive through the weekend. You're constantly like absorbing media and running into people and having discussions and going from place to place, not sleeping well. And then you like get done with it, and then you're just like, like you're just in a fog for like a whole week. And then at the same time, you're drastically missing that high because it's like a high. So you're like, oh, I miss all the people and I wish I was still there. And that like adrenaline rush that's in your soul, something Cody Rhodes is like
So yeah, I know. Did you see
is so high that like you crave it, and then like you just get back home and you're just like sit on your couch, and it's like you're never gonna find it.
It's quite a mental adjustment.
Yeah.
Did you see the video I posted?
Yeah. The raw cut of our reactions. We're all just screaming it.
Yeah. It's literally I sing something Cody Rhodes when the songs. But during his debut, I love that that's documented that when Cody debuted at WWE, I said adrenaline in my soul, something Cody Rhodes. And I know it wasn't like to be funny at all. I don't know what the words are because of that meme.
I'll never say the actual words because of that meme.
I know. Oh my God.
What are the lyrics?
Adrenaline in my soul. Everybody wants control. Do it all to get them off their feet.
What's the control
That's
part?
what it was. It was adrenaline in my soul. My narrative, I will control.
Yo, so I was in the airport when I
Do
landed.
it all
Gonna
for
wear
Crocs
a-
are colored pink. Whoa.
I was
My fucked up hair I have for some reason.
yeah.
I mean, Dan, your background looks like you could be Braun Strowman would love sitting in your fucking apartment.
Braun Strowman, ladies and gentlemen, standing behind Dan Black, right behind his couch. He's a big guy.
The big guy.
That's just
the
his
biggest
shirt.
guy.
Just his midriff.
What do you? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Good.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, because of the pig.
Yeah. The giant
Well,
Braun Strowman midriff behind your couch.
So he dates Raquel Lopez.
Yeah, who's now pretty much like that's
What they changed her
WWE's
into,
way.
they just gave her another Latina last name, right?
Right.
Her name was
Yeah,
Raquel Gonzalez.
Rodriguez.
And now
She's Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez.
What was she
better.
before?
RR or something.
Raquel
I don't
Gonzalez.
even remember. You got Inception.
Yeah.
Gonzalez. I almost said Mendoza.
They're doing the WrestleMania Backlash thing again. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah, because everybody wants to see Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair, man. Like, gotta bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember that match. We were there. I don't even remember 1 second of that match even. I remember it had a weird finish.
Yeah, because Stone Cold and Kevin Owens were right after it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a total waste of time match, but like I enjoyed it. I'll always pop for Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, I that match was a fucking blast. I mean,
The setup was so stupid. They should have just fought. Like I didn't like the Kevin Owens show thing because Kevin Owens is like he's good on the mic, but he does this thing where like his economy of words is not great, and he'll be like, he said it earlier. He's like, I'm not here for a fight, and then later, like 40 seconds later, he's like, I tricked you. I'm here for a fight. It's like, bro, like, come on, dude. Like,
I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Steve, I lied.
Yeah,
I'm here for a fight.
I didn't call you here. to
to have a fun conversation.
I came for a fight. I think he was just smart because Stone Cold's best shit is segments,
Right.
So making it a segment was smart because then he doesn't have to wear gear and you know what I mean? Because he's older. Like, he's literally 57,
Right.
To get in gear shape for him is require pump himself full of so
he used
much.
to wrestle in that
hormones.
anyway, so I mean, it wasn't like we were watching anything differently.
Right.
Yeah, but if he shows up for the segment, he's like, "Oh, I came here not to, I came." But then he took a fucking bump on this concrete. That was we talked about it already, but that was I rewatched it. I was like, "That's crazy."
I
Also,
rewatched.
too, zooming back from it.
rewatched-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go, please, sir.
I was going to small point. Zooming
Yeah.
back from it, my
I
favorite
got
part
small
was
ones.
like watching it as a fan through like the fan in Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And like him just knowing that he was like, holy shit, like I'm in the ring with Stone Cold. Like that was for me the best part.
That's the coolest part. And then you see them like there was a picture of Sammy and Kevin like back, and it was just like they had so much fun. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's exactly what why they stayed, for moments like that, and they got their paycheck, and they're doing that kind of stuff. I mean, they're never gonna have that kind of moment in AEW. Like that's the difference. You have your moments in WWE, you have your wrestling like career in AEW, kind of, so it's like it's just different worlds. But what was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Fuck it. Oh, dude, I was rewatching McAfee's moment with Stone Cold, and it's just so good too.
Yeah.
Because honestly, for a second, I forgot he's gonna stun him, and his sell of that stunner is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so well done. What a recovery from the botch stunner to Vince, So it's like, man.
Well, he did the like Scott Hall sell where you don't actually go to your knees, you just bend over, and then
oh my god,
we
didn't really talk about that. We should talk about this. The theory stunner also.
Oh man,
the theory stunner is the new. It's akin to the Scott Hall WrestleMania 18 stunner,
right?
But it is truly a new way to take it. You go. I mean, people have done this before where you don't go to a knee at all, you know. But he did a full he springed himself to the max and just jumps as high as he can in the air.
Crazy to watch.
And then he lands on his back and into back onto his feet, right? Yeah, he does a springboard up. It's very, very, very athletic what he did.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because of the stunner is such perfect wrestling. If you have to describe to someone who's seeing a stunt that segment for the first time, and you're like, I don't get why do they? You're like, no, it's not about. You're like, it's just we want to see how people take this move. Everyone's excited to get it. It's not about the offense. It's like an honor. It's like a major honor to get. So it's like you saw McAfee load up his mouth. He's like, I'm gonna do a spit stunner. The conversation of being how can I uniquely take this move is so wrestling. How do I take an offensive maneuver? How do I sell this? I asked Ziggler this once. I was like, you ever take a stunner? He's like, no, I never took a stunner. It's like great, one of the best sellers ever. We never get to see what his stunner would look like.
He's taken 1,000 spears now, though. I mean, he is the spear seller.
Oh wow, I'm watching this Austin Theory thing. Yeah, he he bicycle kicks in the air.
Yeah.
I've never seen that kind of that before. I still don't like Austin Theory though. I don't get it.
I mean, from the second I saw that guy, I saw him and I was like, oh, Vince McMahon is gonna love this. I mean, he was legit cutting promos. He was like, I'm gonna win the WWE championship one day. And I was like, this guy, Vince McMahon, is gonna love. And the fact that Vince McMahon legit has him as his guy is mine. That's not okay in my brain to kind of be like, oh, Vince is gonna love this guy, and then the gimmick ends up being Vince loves this guy, and I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, out of control. But it works. It's on it. He plays the part. I don't think he has to really play too much of a part. I think that's just kind of how he is in real life. But he plays that part well. And kudos to him. He got a fucking WrestleMania singles match before Ziggler did. So
no, Ziggler had one. He wrestled Otis at
really?
at Pandemic Mania. Yeah.
Shit. That's
What was the last match that House of Black had? It was 2 weeks ago on Rampage.
It was
or the last time they were there when they did that fucking crazy driver to what's his name?
Oh, Fuego del Sol and
El
Bear
Scorcho.
Country. Yeah, Fuego del Sol.
El Scorcho.
Fuego del Sol. What's going on? Is Tommy End hurt?
I don't think so. I think they're just slow playing it.
Time for slow play is over.
It's been over
I know.
for a while with him.
Time for slow play has been over, man. It's domination time.
Jericho reinventing himself again kind of fucking took up a lot of the time slot where we thought he was going to go away, and now he's the fucking
but I mean, it's
entertainer.
I just still don't. I get the sense, and I know you keep telling me to be patient, and I am. Mm-hmm. But I just can't. I have PTSD.
Usually
from
though,
WWE.
when I do say it, something a new kind of thing happens. So
Right. Well, I'm gonna take like I'm getting that same feeling again, where it's like, come on, like what?
I know.
Like,
I mean, we
what
did see
are
Julia
we
Hart had a
waiting
little
for? Yeah.
residue or something going on underneath her eye.
But it is so hard for me to believe that they're playing it that slow.
I know.
Like that they're gonna.
I mean,
like,
they got
not even-
everything. They're like 99% of the way there now. The look is there, the entrance is there, all the things they're doing is so right there. It's just like
all that's
I don't
left
know.
is to put the gold on them and legitimize it. Like that's
I know.
it. And have them hold it for fucking 3 years, like until someone can come up with a better gimmick. Like that's it.
It's hey, you're not wrong. That's for sure.
But yeah, that it's like clock is ticking in my brain where it's like, not that they're not going to be my guys, but like,
I mean, we got to see Aleister Black in this Owen Hart tournament, right? Like he needs to be in there. We need like an Aleister Black Samoa Joe match. Like come on,
Yo,
like,
man.
let's go.
So Samoa Joe doing the Musclebuster made me pop.
Musclebuster, we fucking screamed. We screamed.
Oh my god, that was
for
so
the
exciting.
Musclebuster.
Yeah, because I mean, he wrestled what? Max Caster, is that his name?
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Cena's praise of him?
no.
Cena was like, yo, he does the rap thing way better than I do. Like, I couldn't even do it with a backing track. And I got to give that guy credit. I've heard he's a massive D-bag.
It's anti-vax caster.
Yeah. But,
and you could, and he slips like Hunter Biden digs into
Yo, listen.
So he's clearly, listen.
Those raps are always pretty good, though.
They're not. They're rhyming couplets.
You know,
big fucking
but
deal.
But the things
Yo,
he said, they're like good
But
digs.
they're but who can, that's so easy to do. It's
no,
not
I didn't
impressive.
say it's not easy, but I just think it does work.
Here's my beef.
You don't think
Here's
it
my
works?
main beef with the Acclaimed. And I've said this to Tullo. There's a difference between a heel, like an actor who's playing a character they know I'm going to do something so excruciatingly corny and bad that people are going to want to see me get beat up. And like that's what a heel is supposed to be doing, right? And then there's people who do that, but they think that they're cool. They actually sincerely believe that they're actually the good guys here. Like I'm cool and my raps are awesome and fuck you. That's who they are, and they're wrong. Like
I mean, Tony loves those guys. I mean,
that's
he
fine.
has them on TV every week. It's crazy.
That's great, and I think that they do a good job. But I get the sense that they don't realize that they're the dummies, and that they're there to be annoying. And like, you know what I mean? It's like not intentional that they're being annoying. They think what they're doing is awesome, but it's actually annoying.
Well, Cena actually kind of, and this is a pivot, but like Cena kind of like he did a thing where you comment someone, but you're also kind of burying them because you're like, it's like too much of an over compliment where it means you're just like, no, this is the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you could tell someone's actually like, yo, like that kid actually has impressed me, right? You know, like I think like at some point, like the way Stone Cold popped Cesaro one time was just like, that's just like raw, you know, Stone Cold being like, yo, this Cesaro guy blows me away. Right. Like this was Cena just being like, I'm passing the torch on this embarrassing gimmick I used to do. This guy who, like to this guy who does it because whatever, like that's the right thing to do. And I don't, you know, I'm not like following those raps and like, you know,
right.
Cena had a platinum rap album. I just want to remind everybody.
Platinum?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Probably still getting royalties on that thing.
What's the big stories like Roman? I don't remember, but Roman he like beat the shit out of Shinsuke. So are they setting up for a Roman Shinsuke feud right now? I mean, if that's the case, and I'm not sure that's where they're going, it really shows where WWE is at because, like, what. Roman has no one to wrestle. Like Shinsuke is not positioned to be strong and wrestle Roman at all.
Definitely not.
You know, he's literally dressed in like Doritos gear still, or whatever.
I'm also skeptical of like
fucking Shinsuke Nakamura brought to you by Little Caesars Hot and Ready.
My name is Rick. Boo.
By Bucky's.
And I'm here to rock. Shit is fun.
He's hurt, right?
Yeah, he got really hurt. You watch, he got really fucked up. He's one of those guys who's too jacked for his the muscles are too big.
Yeah.
for the
His
tendons.
musculature is too.
Yeah. So they said like, yo, the tendon just pull right off. Batista had that injury. Any big match, it was like he's gone for 6 months after.
Right.
He's too jacked for his frame.
Too jacked to live.
Your body, the muscles grow, but tendons don't. They don't grow with muscle. So you have the same size
like
tendons.
wouldn't like glucosamine, chondroitin, and like isn't there stuff you can take to like strengthen your joints and
I'm sure
ligaments?
I don't know.
You're like, if I can't lift it, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Holistic approach. Fuck you.
Oh man. Well, I liked. Did you see Joe? You see Joe? There was like a video of him dancing.
Oh yeah. He's dancing in front of Caster. Yeah.
He seems pretty excited. Let's talk about Cody for a second, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Cody's gonna be wrestling Miz on Raw. Do you see that?
Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah, is that crazy?
Yeah.
Man,
But isn't it also like we're seeing? Let's not look. Let me pull the wool from our eyes here for a second.
they say his teeth were made of wool.
His teeth were made of wool. Look, what we're seeing here in actuality is Cody Rhodes making an historic jump back to WWE and getting slotted directly into a nowhere mid card.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Right?
I would love. I mean, I would love to see him fucking like make that IC title relevant in some kind of way.
He should have gone from Seth immediately to Roman, gotten both of those belts off of Roman, and then take it from there.
Well, they just have to. I mean, they're clearly not going to do that. But he had a quote. He's smart. He had a quote that was like, it's like being business guy is fun for a little bit, but who wants to do that? Like for fun, that was fun for a little bit. I want to be a champion.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if his journey towards that title. I think they're going to play it as a slow play. It's just about how what kind of stories they tell with him, and I think they're not going to be lazy with him. So I think they'll do okay. But I know what you're saying. It's like there's only one title and it's on. Yeah. I don't know.
What historically gives you that impression? What makes you think that they'll slow play it and they'll
I mean,
tell
slow play it just
stories, good stories.
No,
and
but slow play you're implying slow play as that intentional slow play. It should be like they're not going to get around to it.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Like slow play because he's just not there's only one title right now and it's on Roman. So the IC title, I mean, they could do like a Ricochet. It's like no one cares about Ricochet, so nothing's in a really like healthy spot for Cody to like be a champion.
Right.
Except for we were saying that U.S. title feels like that's something he can make cool.
I don't even care about him. I just want to see him wrestle all these wrestlers.
Right.
Oh, I'm dying. Allergies. But I want to see him go against like AJ Styles. I don't really care. I think it's just going to be cool to see like get a little torch, get the pop. Like they got to bring him out. They got to do that in every single city. But
this also isn't like, I'm going to go back to the Cody, the Miz point. Like the way to do that isn't to have him go through the mid card and then eventually get to AJ. It's find a fucking stupid reason to put them together, or not, because in the past they've done less to have people face each other, and just do it. Like there's no point. I like the Miz. I love the Miz. One of my guys, and any match that he's in is one that I typically enjoy. But what are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, his whole thing is that he's going for the title, right? So I mean,
I guess that they want to lay the groundwork so that it makes sense. He beat Miz. He beat this guy. He beat this guy. Now he can get okay. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't.
I mean, here's the problem. Here's the formula where it gets fucked up is that like you got to do more than just announcing that it's going to be Miz versus Cody for me to want to sit through 3 hours of Raw just to see 20 minutes of Cody and Miz. Unfortunately, their math doesn't add up the right way. It doesn't make me want to be like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. Because usually what happens is that you end up saying that. I just watched 3 hours of Raw to see Miz and fucking Cody ended in a distraction finish because Maurice or something. Like,
Right.
you know, like that's where your mind goes. So like, am I gonna? Will there be one-off matches that I'll most likely tune in for? Yeah, but like, I mean, it's you also don't know when those are gonna happen on that throughout the course of that 3-hour show on Monday. So
Right.
you can't really just be like, oh yeah, if it's the main event, then I'll just wait until 9:30, 10:30, whatever it is, you know. So I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's a weird time for WWE, but I don't think anything's really changed. I think a lot of people were like, oh, WWE's back, but like they're just doing what they do. So like nothing's. I mean, when that Raw came back, I was just like, oh, this was uneventful. Like, all right, this is what it is. So it'll be there.
Yeah, I
Just have
mean,
to fucking-
there's some cool shit going on because I think like I like that Edge is like kind of challenging Alistair a little bit in a way. Like they're not doing the same thing per se, but I like that it's like
There's no challenge being made.
I like that they're both go for. I know it's not the same, but I like that my brain is going like, all right, who's gonna do the more intriguing darkness thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know the answer to that question. It's already been answered.
Yeah, I know, but Edge is really good. You know, like Edge will surprise you. He'll beat Jabron, and then all of a sudden he's the man. You know.
He looks too much like the Shock Top beer logo for me to be interested.
You want to, yeah. All right, fine, that's fair.
I'm a visual guy. I check in, I do like a quick ocular pat down, and then I make a judgment.
Can we talk about how fucking awesome Jade is? I mean, god damn.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, shout out to Lauren Moran and her insane rendition of. I mean, that bitch sunglasses, that bitch glasses are like on another. And I love
that they're completely non-functional.
Yeah, non-functional.
It's
they're functional.
It's the same as, but it's like it's earrings. It's like there's no purpose other than to communicate like I'm that bitch.
Look at my eyes. I'm that bitch.
Right.
But I love my favorite thing of the whole stuff is that she's literally has dyed her hair green. She wears green to just kind of like, yeah, it's about money and stuff, but like throw it in the face of everybody who's like, oh, she's too green. She's like, doesn't have enough. Now she's actually green. And she's like, yeah, you're calling me green? That's right, because I am green. I am. Look at me. Like, legit. And you know what? That's so fucking good. I do think that group, like Sterling, should expand. I think he should just get all hosses. Like, give me Wardlow and Jade next to each other.
Oh.
Like, I mean, like.
Oh, what did we call them? Warbucks?
Warbucks.
Yeah.
Daddy Warbucks?
Daddy Warbucks.
You know, I think it would just be beautiful, you know?
Yeah, and I said this to you, Tullo, but like it's interesting. Jade is such an interesting experiment for AEW because it's a very WWE move that they're doing with her, where they're going to take somebody who initially had very little experience, if any at all, but looked like $1 trillion. And they're just going to push this person to the moon because of the look and because of the spectacle, and then just teach them and hope that they rise to the occasion, which she obviously has. But they did like a WWE thing. Let's get a lady Haas, and just be like, this person's a big deal. And then you buy it.
And it's not easy to sell that all the time.
No.
It's not.
Typically it fails. I mean, WWE, I mean, like, look, that's kind of their thing, right? Like that's what they do with everybody. And
she's a spectacle. She literally, you look at her and you're like, wow.
Right.
Like this is I don't even know how to like kind of comprehend it.
How are we the same species?
Yeah, species.
Like,
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Orton.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
he's
hilarious.
I mean, he's a lizard.
That he's like a man. That's like, like that's another man. You know?
Right.
Nick.
Well, that's how I look at. I mean, any of those guys. Like when I look at Roman, and I'm like, he's my age. Like,
yeah, fuck off. Fuck out of here.
I know. He also has like 5 kids.
Yeah.
2 sets of twins. He said the other day. I'm like, what? 2 sets of twins. What is that like?
Never mind. I'm gonna say that off the air.
Oh my god! Thank you.
I have a question that's gonna get me canceled.
You can't get canceled. You can't get canceled.
I mean, I'll say it. Look, much love to the Samoan culture. Motherfuckers love having twins.
Is that a real thing?
A lot of twins.
He
I
has
don't know.
2 sets. I mean, well,
Seems
Jimmy
like
and
there's
Jay.
a lot of twins. There's like a lot of
The Wild
siblings.
Samoans are not twins, bro. Those are just that's a tag team.
They are identical twins.
Are they?
No, I don't know. No. They're definitely not. They're like, I don't even know if they're brothers or cousins.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, man. I mean, we're in such an interesting time. It's like this big reset time. But with so much, and we're figuring out like where's ROH, how's that gonna play in and all that. And I think it's really fun. I do think one thing that I was thinking about is exactly what Tullo brought up, where I was like, man, I'm starting to care about tag team wrestling like I never did.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying that with the FTR thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just comes like Daniel Bryan and Moxley. Like, there's such power in making like a heavy hitting tag team, like taking guys who are clearly singles competitors and stars, and and you throw them in tag, and then when they wrestle a tag team that's a dedicated tag team, I don't know why that really does it for me. Like, if you have a hodgepodge team that's like Daniel Bryan and Moxley, and they wrestle like Young Bucks. That I don't that like gets my juices going for some reason.
Yeah, bro. It does.
What is that about?
I don't know. It's beautiful. Because they make tag team wrestling matter. It's as simple as that. And like now, especially ROH is big on tag team wrestling too. So there's just so much talent over there now. All this makes just way too much sense. And we're gonna see separate ROH. I'm sure we'll get smaller shows, maybe once a month, like things like that. And they'll connect it right onto AEW. Like, it'll be around the same weekends, We'll get ROH shows probably at Double or Nothing for sure, So, fuck it. I'm here for it. Big time.
Oh, yeah. Hell yes.
Can any wrestling nerds that listen to this, or maybe you guys, like, what is the, like, why, this is such a fucking, we already talked about this, but I can't stop thinking about it. Why Wheeler Yuta in the Black Label Society? Like, why? Like, is there a connection? Like, because I know he's like a Philly dude, and so I assume he came up in Chikara. I know that, so there has to be maybe some link there between like Danielson and him. But I'm wondering why politically, like, or like, like backstage wise, what's the link? Or is it legitimately like William Regal was like, who's this guy? Like, I want to know what the like.
I think it's a combination of all of it. I think
Right.
I think the way Yuta has come up in AEW, and he's had kind of those matches, and he's known for being that, I think, style of wrestler too. Like, and I think
Like
it's
a
just kind
catch,
of
like a
natural.
clean, just kind of catch wrestler, like
Yeah, like there's a
technique
bunch
guy.
of those guys
Yeah.
like that, and I think it just played just perfectly into the storyline. It's like pluck them.
I'm
Pluck 'em
Philly
from the best friends, and it's just perfect, man.
I'm Philly biased, but what do you think about Drew Gugak joining?
My name is Drew. Goo.
Drew Googs.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
it
like,
could be
what do you
a
think
whole
about
mess of those
Googs?
people.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still in WWE.
No.
That guy gets more T-shirts made than some of the main stars.
That's true.
So Ziggler is just done in NXT, right? I ate this pretzel again.
Jesus Christ.
It's the driest pretzel ever.
You
It's
got the
literally
pretzel
worst
makers-
thing.
I almost died on this pretzel. It was so dry, I almost choked to
It
death.
was
on
George
it.
W. Bush. That was a reference for my late millennial listeners. Taken out by an Utz.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had like one of those like real big solid pretzels, like the hard pretzels.
Oh yeah, like a
The twist
sourdough,
that-
John.
Yeah.
Snyder's of Hanover.
Mm. Get myself back.
Did
These
you ever
are,
buy in New
yeah.
York? Is there, because in Philly you would buy soft pretzels from like Vagrants under like an overpass,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
in a shopping cart.
Shopping
Yeah.
cart. Yeah. Okay. got it.
Outside, usually outside the stadiums and stuff too.
Yeah.
And those are the best. I don't know
Fire.
what.
Fire. Where are they getting them? Who knows?
The char and those things are just that guy's
The crumb,
retired on his
crumb on
fucking,
those fucking pretzels, dude. Like,
yeah, that guy's got a houseboat on the South Shore of Long Island, just fucking living life, man.
Right.
He's made millions off
smells awesome.
slinging pretzels.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got nothing left to say.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah, I mean, look, we're having fucking fun. I think, like, when's the next AEW pay? Like, I don't even know what the fuck.
Double or nothing. End of May.
Holy shit. Is that Vegas?
Yeah.
And then Money in the Bank's Vegas in July?
Yeah, in July. It's wild, dude. Yeah, you're thinking about going to
Vegas
both.
twice?
You go to Vegas. You go to Vegas once, and it becomes not a big deal to go to Vegas.
Right.
Like, the minute you go once, then you're like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking go to
Oh,
Vegas.
Also, we can just get like
Vegas
a hotel for like $60 a night. Like if you just like do whatever. Some of the shittiest hotels there you go to if you want. But Double or Nothing might be pretty fun to go to.
I mean, it's gonna be
Vegas.
Incredible time.
Tulo's a little far, But what's the flight? That's like probably a 2-hour flight.
2 hours. 2-hour flight.
That's not bad.
Damn.
Gain an hour.
Talking
Too.
about. All right, everybody.
So an hour.
Hey,
Thanks for hanging out with me during my hangover. Thank you guys for letting me the vocal rest. I have an audition to record in a little bit, and my voice is fucked up from me yelling at the top of my lungs at my show at the Last Improv Show. Check out the Last Improv Show. You live in LA. And get Shappy Pretzels. That's the pretzel I got. Shappy Shap. Those the dude I actually shot. He's an actor, Adam Shapiro. These pretzels are amazing, by the way. It was dry because it's like 3 or 4 days old. These pretzels are fucking amazing. And weird thing is the story of these pretzels. He's like been on the Today Show, all of it for them. He makes like Philly style pretzels and.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know of this guy. He's from Philly.
Yeah.
the Philly Pretzel Company.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, those are chains. We had
Oh
those
no.
Shabby Pretzel Company.
He started during the pandemic, but me and him shot a web series during the pandemic
These are real pretzels
together, but we weren't in the same room or anything.
Get yourself a pretzel, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking good. And he does pop-ups, and we shot this web series together, but we never acted together, in the same room. And then I drove by his pop-up stand. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go say what up. And then they gave me a whole bunch of free pretzels also. You gotta have these and order them. I think he ships them. It's a whole thing. He's like a pretty successful actor, so good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Oh, Tullo, you want to wrap it up?
Well, yeah, just
Sorry about that.
we're working on some stuff. We're trying out some new things. Gonna start bringing back some of the old stuff. If you're not in the Discord, I've been trying to kind of explain to people to how great the Discord is. That's where all the live threads are going on now and stuff like that. Hop on there, join the Patreon, get involved in that, and I'm going to be opening up ideas and stuff to everybody. So I want to hear some of the things. There's been a lot of great ideas. So yeah, join up, support. I think we're heading into our own little reset after Mania, and I think you guys are going to love what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, everybody, keep watching wrestling. Kisses. Cheers up.